All right, I'm going to say shalom. Thank the Most High for this other video I'm about to make on the Shabbat. I thought I would address this now before class. Um, is there a difference between a demon and a devil? Okay, there's no difference between a demon and a devil. When you go into the Old Testament, you may see that there's reference of a devils that link to falling angels. Now, what they try to do now is come out with different books to say, well, a devil and a demon are totally different, but they're really not. They still come from the devils, the falling demons. I mean, excuse me, the falling angels, and that's the reason why it's interchangeable because you have the word devils, and then from these falling angels, these they brought giants, and those giants eventually, after they were consumed by the flood, they were become their spirits went forth out of that flood and became spirits. That's what it goes into the book of Enoch, okay, around the 15th and the 16th chapter. Now, of course, you have the sons of the Anakim or the sons of Anak that survived the flood. Those, and there's still, there's a very minute seed of the giants, okay, that still exists in the world today. All right. Let me read that. And I know I got to get ready for class, but I thought I would put this up now. And I knew I was going to get into some more information that I have written here. So give me a minute. Let me pull the scripture so you can know that. Give me a minute here. A lot of people just think, well, you know, after the flood, there was nothing else of that real evil seed of the giants. Nah, they're in the book of Enoch. They're considered spirits today. And these spirits today are called devils because they come from the devils, which were at one point called falling angels. So the person that actually read a certain book in regards to this wasn't totally incorrect. And I'm glad that that was a great comment, and it made me actually go into more information to show the reason why they tried to write that this other literature in regards to there's a difference between a demon and a devil is because they want to get people away from the old Quakers English. All right, give me a minute here. One moment. All right, let's go to Numbers chapter 13, verse 33. And it says, "And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants." So there's this remnant of their seed that was able to survive the flood. How did they survive? Because you had beasts that was mixed with a dinosaur mixed with a bird, and they were able to fly above over the flood at some point. That's the way we have to understand how did they survive it. You got to understand that that spirit, those spirits, still exist in the earth today. All right, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. So that means that they were very humongous. They were very tall. You're talking about um, at least at least 450 feet in the air. All right, as it says in the book of Enoch, there were 3,000 ells. Okay, so we understand um, that we see, and let's go to Numbers chapter 13, verse 28. Numbers 13, verse 28. "Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great." So that means they were very, very tall walls. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. So when you ever hear anything, the media talking about the Anakim or Anunnaki, it is actually talking about the son, the seed of the Anak in Numbers. So what they do is they use certain words, chop it or make it sound different, and that's why I'm going into the word, analytic class, and we're going to break down certain other reasons why they do that as well. All right, so that'll be probably in session 4 or 5. But based on what we get into, what I wanted to do in this particular video, I don't have that much time. I don't know why I waited to the last minute to get into this, but that's okay. Let's see the interchangeability of the word. And I probably just made the word up right there. But they put any other word in the dictionary. Let's see if there's any difference between the word demon and devils. Pretty much in the New Testament at that particular time, because we see when you read in Leviticus 17, verse 7, let me just read Leviticus 17 and 7. And it says, "And they shall no more offer their sacrifice unto devils." This represents the falling angels. These falling angels eventually died off, of course. They were bound. A lot of them are bound. And, their seed, which is the giants, they were flooded. And what happened was, once they were bound, people of the other nations and our own fold started worshiping these falling spirits or these falling angels. So when you read in Leviticus 17 and 7 that they shall no more offer their sacrifice unto devils, that's the your they doing this today under Hollywood, under the industry. You offer your children up to be sacrificed or killed. That's not something that's new. They've been doing this for years. Then it says, "After whom they have gone a whoring, this shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations." So throughout our generations, we are not to deal with any falling devils. So at this particular point, like I said, the information was not totally incorrect in regards to the comment that I got. Is there a difference between a demon and a devil? This person said, well, it should be. But at this particular time, there is a difference. This actual devils here is actually talking about the falling angels at this particular time. And then when they fell, they bore giants, as it says in Genesis 6, as it goes into Enoch chapter 6, and then we read Enoch 14 and 15, it goes into how these giants eventually were taken off the face of the earth through a flood. Of course, we know the story. And then they eventually, after that happened, their seed became spirits. And those spirits today, when you read in the New Testament, it's interchangeable. A demon or a devil. That's why when you look in the King James Version Bible, you won't see the word demon nowhere because it's interchangeable with the word devils. Okay. All right. So let's go to Matthew chapter 4 verse 24 in the King James Version. And what I'm gonna do is show you in the New International Version how they want to get people more adamant in reading or acclimated, in reading the the New International Version. What they do is they have to come out with another book to get people away from the old Quakers English. All right. So it says, and I need to speed up, Matthew chapter 4, verse 24 in the New International. "And this fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people." Matter of fact, let me read. I'm reading the wrong version. Give me a minute. Okay, here it is. Matthew 4, verse 24 in an NIV. "News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon possessed, those having seizures, and the paralyzed, and he healed them." Now, a lot of times, and I don't want to get into another lesson, when your brain is attacked, that is one of the outcomes of it. Okay? Seizures and things of that nature. When it's your brain being attacked, that's an attack on the mind. All right? It's mental. All right, so let's go to Matthew 4, verse 24 in the King James Version. It says, "And this fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils." You see that? "And those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them." So, am I telling people to read the New International? No. What I wanted to show is the demon is daimon in the Greek. It's the same, and when you look it up, let me just do that real quick. All right. I have this information somewhere, but like I said, I just wanted to compare the scriptures and make this more of an in-depth understanding in scripture so we can know. All right. Give me a minute. I'm going to pull up in the concordance. Give me a minute here. All right. So when you put in the word devil in the Greek, you're going to get the word daimon, okay, which is Greek number 1142. And it says, or supernatural spirit of a bad nature, devil. So it's interchangeable, all right? Then, of course, it links to Satan, okay? The devil, Satan, because that is the main, he's the father of, of evil at this particular time, all right? So that's Greek number 1142. Then you can read Greek number 1140, which is Dahimani, okay? Dahimani, which is a demonic being, by extension, a deity, devil, God. And that's what we read in Leviticus chapter 17, verse 7 in the King James Version. So, of course, you got in different contexts of scripture when you read it, it can link to a demon being different than devil. So, like I said, the person wasn't entirely incorrect. But what they do is, in these different books, they try to just magnify the fact that, yeah, this book right here is true because we can make the, we can show you the difference between a demon and a devil. Not telling you in the New International Version, not telling you I mean, not New International, in the New Testament, and not explaining to people in the book of Enoch that it goes into why now these these devils in the Old Testament are considered devils in the New Testament. So they were devils in the Old Testament, which were, of course, falling angels. But now when you go into the New Testament, you're going to have devils based on those beings having children, and those children uh, spreading forth evil spirits, as it says in the book of Enoch. So I hope that's clear. And we went into that in class last week. I'm going to go, I'm just going to touch on that. We're pretty much past that part. I have more information to go through. I got 10 minutes and I'm about to shut up. All right, now, let's go to a few more scriptures here. All right, let's go to Psalms 106. Matter of fact, that shows the other term. Let's go to Matthew 4, verse 8. Matthew 4, verse 24. Matthew 4, verse 24 again. In the New International. And his fame went throughout all Syria. Okay, Matthew 4, verse 24 in the New International. News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all over who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon possessed, those having seizures, and the paralyzed, and he healed them. All right. In the King James Version, it says, and his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and healed them. All right, let's go to Matthew 7, verse 22 in the King James Version. All right. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonders of works? So we know what Christ said. He said, get the, you workers of iniquity, for I never knew you. All right. I'm speeding up. Let's go to the New International, how they want people to lead people into this New International Version thing to get people away from the King James Version. So let me read the interchangeability. And I probably just made a word up there of the word devils linked to the word demons. They're interchangeable. They're synonymous. Matthew chapter 7, verse 22. All right. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, drive out demons. You see that? In your name perform many miracles. Let's go to New International, Matthew 8, verse 16. When evening came, many who were demon possessed were brought to him. See, when it says demon possessed, they're telling you that they're not giving you the history of why a person is possessed by a demon. It's talking about a spirit, but they come from the giants. Those giants seed, the giants, they come forth from the giants, which are now called spirits in the earth, and they're tormenting man and making them do inordinate things as they are inordinate. All right, all right. Matthew 8, verse 28, verse 31 in the New International. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town, and reported all this, including what had happened to the demon-possessed man or men. Matthew 8:33 in the King James Version. Matthew 8:33 King James. I got 7 minutes. I don't know why I waited to the last minute to put this up. And they that kept them fled and went their ways into the city and told everything and what was befalling to possess of devils. Right? I made a mistake here. There you go. So we know that there's we can see that there's a interchangeability of the words devils and demons. All right, Matthew 9 verse 32. As they went out, this is King James Version. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. Let's go to 9 verse 32 in the New International. While they were going out, a man who was demon possessed, you see that, and could not talk, was brought to Christ. All right, now let me read verse 33. And when the demon was driven out, demon, verse 33 in the King James, and when the devil was cast out, verse 33 in the New International, and when the demon was driven out, you see that? The man who had been mute spoke. The crowd was amazed and said nothing like this has ever been in Israel. Okay? So there you have it. I know I was kind of doing things in a quick manner. I don't want people to be deprived of these classes. Like I said, there were only 2 people that actually signed up. I'm not going to get into that ever again because I don't want to get no negative information about you charging this and that. So thank the Most High for this particular information. There's a plethora of other verses that I could have went to, but hopefully we can understand based on this that there's really no difference between a demon and a devil in this day and time. Okay, so there you have it. Look out for class in about 10 minutes. Shalom.